going on, everybody? Welcome back to Topher's Garage. So today I'm going to be putting some new speakers and a new radio in the Jeep. So you may have seen on Instagram, I posted that I got some new speakers for the roll bar. I also got some for the dash, and then I picked up a radio just to replace the one that's in there. So also, if you're not following me on Instagram, it's Chris at Topher's Garage. So check me out there, and I'll post more pictures and more content there. But let's look at what we got. So like I said, got a radio to replace the one that's in there. It's old and doesn't really work. Got some new speakers for the dash, and then some new speakers for the roll bar. So these ones are actually meant for a 2-inch or smaller roll bar, and the roll bar in the Jeep is 2 1/4 inches. So I'm gonna have to open these up just a little bit, that hole there, but I don't think that should be much of a problem. But all the parts I used, or all the components I'm using, I'll link in the description, so you can check them out. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is work on these speakers, opening this hole up to 2 1/4 inches, and get those put up on the roll bar. And then I'll probably move on to the head unit, and then on to the dash speakers. All right, so I got both of the roll bar speakers put in. So just to show you where they are, you can see I mounted them up there. That's why I had to open up these little brackets. Obviously the wire's just temporary to test it out, but they sound good. I'm going to then work on the radio, and then after that we'll do the dash speakers, and then we'll clean up all this extra wiring we got back here. All right, so there's the unit that it came with, so we're gonna get this out of here first. All right, so I actually had to remove this trim panel. There was just 6 screws in there, and then there's a little bracket holding the radio in. There's the radio. I'm gonna move around to the passenger side to undo that plug. So we'll get that undone, and then we'll see what's next. There we go. All right, so here's the new wiring harness for the new radio. All the color wires are actually the same connections as on the previous radio. So what I'm going to do is just go through each one, remove the old radio harness, and then attach the new radio harness to the correct wires. So we'll just work through this, and then we should be good to get the radio installed. All right, so I got all the wiring done. Everything's ready to go. Here's the new plug, there's the radio antenna. So we're going to get to putting everything back together. There we go. All right, so last night we got the radio all wired up and installed, and the dash trim back on. You can see my mess of wire connectors and stripped wire bits down there. So we got the speakers up here. They sound pretty good. It's kind of hard to tell, but these ones that are in here are blown, so that's what I'm gonna be working on now. So to do that, I'm gonna undo this bolt, these 3, undo the bolts on the roll bar, and then we'll fold the windshield down so we can pull the dash forward. And pulling the dash forward will allow us to get to the speakers back here a little bit easier. So we'll get started on that now. So we're gonna remove just this one on both sides. You don't need to do those two, so we'll kind of fold up out of the way. And then we'll undo that one, and we'll get these two little bolts out of here, because this little bracket, how it goes over this metal piece, will stop the windshield from folding down. So we'll get those all done on both sides, and then we'll tip the windshield forward. All right, so here we go with the windshield folded down. So what we're going to do next is we've got these screws all the way along. I think there's 5, and then these little Phillips screws right here. We're gonna take all of these out, and then we'll take out the 1, 2, 3 on each side, and then we should be able to slide the dash forward a little bit, giving us access to the speakers back there. Let's see if we can get this dash pulled away just a little bit. All right, so I think I'm gonna work on kind of each side at a time. We'll start here with the passenger side. So you can see there's the speaker back there, and it looks like it's held on with a couple little studs, one there, and then there's one back over there. So we'll try and get these studs off and get the speakers out. Looks like the speakers are just plugged in right here with a couple little prong fittings. So we'll unplug those, see if we can't get this speaker out. Here's the new speakers that I got. I got them off Amazon. I think they were like $26 or something ridiculously cheap like that. I will link them in the description, but we'll go ahead and get these, or get the passenger side one in, and then we'll switch over to the driver's side and do that. All right, so we got the passenger side done. We'll leave these bolts and stuff out for now, and then we'll go work on the driver's side. All right, we got it all together. We'll just clean up the wires on the speakers over there, and then put the dash back together and the windshield back up, and we'll be good. All right, so we got everything back together. The windshield's back up. Got the radio in, new speakers in the dash, new speakers on the roll bar there. I ran the wiring kind of down this part of the roll bar underneath that padding on both sides. You can see up top it goes around back to the back of the speaker and then back down this way. So yeah, really happy with it. These speakers sound great. Everything I used will be linked in the description below, and I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.